Do you ever feel like a small boat adrift on a vast ocean, constantly battered by waves of manipulation and control? Do you yearn for freedom, to be your true self, yet find that your efforts to set boundaries with the narcissist seem like drops in the ocean? With their skillful invasions and manipulative tactics, narcissists appear to effortlessly bypass any limits you attempt to establish, leaving you exhausted, powerless, and gradually doubting yourself. But don't lose heart. You can break free from this toxic cycle without being forced into constant battles or pointless arguments. In this video, let's explore the art of quietly establishing boundaries with narcissists. You'll learn to use your body language, actions, and demeanor as invisible shields, effectively communicating your message while preserving your energy and inner peace. Join me on this journey to liberate yourself from control and rediscover your true strength and freedom. To truly understand a narcissist, the first thing to know is that they tend to be grandiose, controlling, manipulative, and often aggressive. They're like invisible energy black holes, endlessly draining the vitality and autonomy of those around them. They wear a dazzling facade of confidence and success, yet deep within lies a fragile ego, always seeking control and admiration. Narcissists constantly draw others into conflicts and challenges to maintain a position of power. Their true goal is nothing less than to strip away your autonomy, independence, and authenticity, pushing you into dependency on them. Recognizing this is the first step toward establishing healthy, effective boundaries and avoiding the negative spiral they create. A common misconception is that by setting boundaries you can directly confront the narcissist and demand they stop inappropriate behavior, such as saying, "Don't treat me like that," or "That's going too far." In reality, confronting and arguing directly only strengthens their control over you. To them, each reaction you have signals you're still part of their power game. Every response you give them is a sign of life, confirming that they're still in control. This approach not only fails but keeps you stuck and feeling weaker. Instead, true healthy boundaries must stem from within you and serve you. Boundaries are not commands to control others but guidelines to protect yourself, maintain peace, and honor your personal values. It's essential to understand that boundaries aren't just words but are expressed through how you behave and live by your values and principles. Real boundaries aren't walls of words, but rather an unassailable territory within you, built upon core values, solid beliefs, and unwavering self-respect. When you live true to yourself, choosing what you will and will not accept, you automatically establish boundaries without needing to say a word. When dealing with a narcissist, expressing boundaries out loud only invites them to challenge and test you. They see your words as an opportunity to see how far they can push and provoke you. It's similar to telling a mischievous child, "Don't do that." The more you prohibit, the more they're driven to defy. Thus, stating your boundaries can make you a target for manipulation. Narcissists, like perpetual children, will never fully grasp the meaning of respect. They test and prod you, not out of hatred, but simply because they lack the capacity to control their own childish impulses. A narcissist will not respect your boundaries because fundamentally they lack the emotional development needed to truly understand and accept limits set by others. Instead, each boundary you voice only fuels their interest in testing and breaking it. For instance, if you attempt to set boundaries with narcissistic family members, asking them to stop using offensive language, they may turn your request into a joke or openly mock it as a means to provoke you. This is a clear indication that verbally stated boundaries are rarely effective with such individuals. Therefore, rather than verbally expressing boundaries, it is more effective to live them. Your consistent, unwavering actions become a clearer statement than any words could. When you live your life authentically, choosing what you will and will not accept, a narcissist will sense that they no longer have control over you and will likely shift to a more easily manipulated target. Consider another example. If you are speaking with a narcissist who constantly interrupts or won't let you finish, instead of asking them to listen, you could calmly yet firmly say, "I'll only engage in conversations where my opinions are respected." If they continue their disrespectful behavior, stand up and leave. Similarly, If a narcissist pressures you to do something you're uncomfortable with, instead of arguing, you could simply say, "I will prioritize what's important to me," and then calmly exit the situation. This approach shows that you are fully in control of your response, establishing boundaries without confrontation or lengthy explanations. By acting this way, you send a message that you respect yourself and will not accept any behavior that diminishes your worth. Actions carry far more power than words because actions leave no room for the narcissist to counter or manipulate. While words can be twisted, actions are direct and consistent, indicating that you do not accept their negative behaviors. Every small, firm step, such as leaving the room or refusing to participate in a disrespectful conversation, reinforces your boundary. The more you uphold these actions, the clearer and stronger your boundaries become. Remember, silence can also be a very effective form of communication. Here, I'm not talking about using silence as a tool to manipulate or punish others, as narcissists often do to exert control. Instead, I'm referring to using silence as a powerful, non-verbal form of communication that can protect you from toxic individuals. Trust me, sometimes silence sends a more powerful message than words when dealing with a narcissist. This silence strategy goes beyond just not speaking. It's reflected in how you carry yourself, your posture, facial expressions, even the energy you project, all conveying that you refuse to accept harm or control from others. This silence embodies self-control, a calm yet resolute commitment to protect your personal boundaries. The beauty of this strategy lies in how it helps you avoid pointless confrontations and lengthy explanations that narcissists often ignore, as if they were never said. Instead of wasting time and energy reiterating boundaries that you know won't be respected, I encourage you to try a different approach. Say nothing and simply remove yourself from the situation. Through silent, decisive action, you send a message that you will no longer invest in toxic relationships, those in which someone feels entitled to hurt you and then blames you for it. This choice keeps you from becoming a target for individuals who are prone to slander, undermine, or devalue you in your absence. This method allows you to safeguard your mental and emotional health, creating a necessary distance from negative elements without engaging in unnecessary arguments or confrontations. Your goal isn't to win the debate or change the other person, but to protect yourself by establishing clear boundaries and creating a peaceful separation. This not only makes it easier to distance yourself from the narcissist, but also serves to protect your mental, emotional, and psychological health in the long term. Imagine, amidst life's noise and chaos, turning off the negative sounds and stepping back from situations that harm you. With this silent but decisive action, you declare to the world, "I deserve respect, and I will not allow anyone to hurt me." This is a brave choice to protect yourself, a way of refusing to become a victim of slander, belittlement, or devaluation. You withdraw from the game they've created, refusing to allow them to continue poisoning your spirit. This silence isn't losing the battle, it's a wise strategy to protect your mental and emotional well-being. It creates a safe distance that helps you escape negative influences without getting mired in pointless arguments. Your goal isn't to change others, but to free yourself. Let your silence speak volumes, drawing clear boundaries and bringing you genuine peace. When you commit to living authentically with your boundaries and refuse to let toxic individuals intrude into your life, it not only brings you peace but also serves as a powerful affirmation of your self-worth. Narcissists are very sensitive to such changes. They'll sense your detachment and the strength in your refusal to be their pawn. This silence carries a profound message that you're strong enough to protect yourself without needing anyone's validation or approval. At the same time, this quietness creates space for you to return to yourself, allowing you to nurture your inner well-being without being swept up in the negative influences of others. This is not only a method of self-protection, but also an act of self-respect and self-love. By maintaining silence and distancing yourself from harmful influences, you practice self-respect, which helps you build and sustain a peaceful and healthy life. Practicing this approach requires persistence and self-discipline, but once mastered, you will find that words are no longer necessary to set boundaries. Every time you enter a room or walk away, Your presence and behavior will naturally convey that you do not accept negative interference. Even the most perceptive narcissists will gradually recognize that they have no control over you anymore. Remember, boundaries are not about what we say, but how we live. Live a life true to your values. Establish unspoken boundaries through every small action, and you will find that toxic people will naturally distance themselves from you. This is the path to freedom, peace, and a life no longer hindered by the negativity of others. To further protect yourself from harmful relationships, especially with narcissists, you can also apply the method of emotional detachment, a technique that reduces your emotional investment in negative relationships. Emotions are typically the core of our relationships. Naturally, we want to invest in and connect deeply with those we love and care about. However, when someone embodies toxic narcissistic traits, this emotional investment can make us vulnerable, exposing us to harm from abusive and manipulative behaviors. I do not misunderstand emotional detachment as being cold or unfeeling. It is not about building walls around your heart or numbing your ability to feel. Instead, this is a journey of awakening, allowing you to see things with clear eyes and a rational mind rather than being swept up by fleeting emotions. Imagine yourself standing on a hilltop, observing the storm of chaotic emotions swirling below. You see everything, sense everything, but you are not carried away. You are safe on your hill of awareness and control. By practicing emotional detachment, you are equipping yourself with an invisible armor that helps you resist the manipulative tactics of a narcissist. You will no longer be moved by sugar-coated words, nor will you crumble under their rage. Remember, you have the right to choose the level of closeness you allow with others, and you fully deserve to have healthy, respectful, and peaceful relationships. Setting boundaries with a narcissist is not easy, but it is absolutely possible. By consistently applying the strategies we discussed, you can gradually reclaim control over your life and break free from their manipulation. Remember, protecting yourself from narcissists is not selfish, it is an act of self-love. You deserve healthy relationships, mutual respect, and a peaceful life free from manipulation and control. Be patient with yourself, and don't hesitate to seek support from trusted friends or mental health professionals if necessary. Wishing you success on your journey to establishing strong boundaries and living a self-directed, fulfilling life.